Good morning, good afternoon. It's me again. I'm just popping on to do a Gaia'S Guidance card. I just popped on real quick to do my LMR paragraph share, but I feel really guided to pull one of my heart cards. I haven't been doing this for a little bit because I've been kind of focused on my paragraphs. So I decided just to pull a heart card, and it could be because today's message from the paragraph had to do with the marrying of our God self and our human self within our heart. So I feel just really guided to pull a card, a group reading for just a daily message. And as you all know, our God self resides within our heart. Our God voice speaks within our heart. Our greatest desires, hopes, dreams, manifestations lie within our heart. They're already there. But when we tune into the frequency, then we allow the manifestation of that in our world. So I'll just choose a card for the for whoever happens to watch this today, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever dimension, parallel reality. What do we need to hear to help us to align to the frequency of our heart energy and to marry and be the energy of our higher self? So I'll pull a card for the group. And if anyone watching wants their own personal card, after I do the group reading, I will be happy to pull you a card. I haven't done this for a little while. Hey, Bridget. Beautiful ray of light, Bridget. So, Bridget, I just did my paragraph, and it was to do with God's marrying the truth of God within our heart. So I felt really guided to pull a heart card. So I'm doing a heart card, which is Gaia'S Guidance, which is one with our very own heart energy. So if anybody wants a card, let me know. I would love one. Hey, Melinda. Sure. I'll do a group one first. And this one pulls, I don't want to say it's my least favorite because it isn't, because it's a very transformative card, but it does pop out a lot. And in order to align to our heart frequency, in order to be the energy that we ultimately are, we need to rid ourselves of layers of judgment, criticism, just untruths that are preventing us from tuning into our heart. In this card here, it is a dried up little piece of mud that has fallen off a tire. You can see the tire treads, and it's dried up, and it's on the hard pavement, and it's rolled off this tire. And this poor little heart has just been rolling on the hamster wheel, rolling on the tire, being beaten up, being run over. And a lot of times it's not being necessarily run over from the outside world. It's being run over by our own thoughts, our own judgments, the way we stab at our own self sometimes unconsciously, just through habit, just through routine, just through hearing other people's voices running in the back of our mind that we keep replaying. Thoughts of not being good enough, being skinny enough, being smart enough, being spiritual enough, being active enough, eating good enough, exercising enough. We get all those little things running in our mind. And this is just saying, cut it out. Cut it out. And what the card actually says, verbatim, I'll read the word for word. It says acceptance of self. There is great transformation in our lives that we allow through acceptance of ourself. And I know that we've heard that a gazillion times. Acceptance of self, self-love. But to actually get to the center of that Tootsie Pop, it does require removal of layers. And that's okay. That's okay too. It's all a beautiful process. It's all part of that journey of us blooming and ultimately shining the light clearly through every cell, every little piece of us. And acceptance of self. And it says, when we label and judge others for how they are living and simply being, we're masking judgment against ourselves. They are manifestations of limitations we place to live freely from the heart. Judgments are reflections of self-denial. They need to be integrated into the light in order to live in true freedom. And we will never, ever, ever have true freedom if we cannot be completely who we are in our acceptance of self. Say you like to eat a dozen donuts a day. Well, eat them. Because if you keep denying yourself, you're going to keep causing resistance. If you eat them, you might realize, hey, this doesn't feel so good. You know, I really love my donuts, but hey, maybe I don't need this. You know, you can let it run its course. You can let the energy run through you. And then as you clear that, then you can come to a deeper or greater understanding of self. Those donuts might have been just a filler to fill ourselves with something that we are truly yearning for. And all we're ever truly yearning for is love, and the love within our heart, and connecting to truly who we are, which is God, God's self within us. That's all we really want. When we look for love from others in the outside world and affirmations, whether it just be compliments, whether it be a like on a social media, whatever, all we really want is that connection deep within our heart. That's all we want. We want to be one with self. And in that, then we reflect the life of self. And this little heart, if it is nourished with love and acceptance, just like water, our emotions and feeling, this little heart will plump back up. If we take this little thing, put it in a bucket, it'll plump back up to being fertile and moist. And you can even plump it up with water and put little seeds in it, and they will bloom. So this is just telling us through self-love, through self-acceptance. And how we know if we're accepting self is how much are we criticizing those around us? How much are we picking on them? How much am I criticizing my husband? That's just a reflection of self. I was listening to Tina Spalding on A Course in Miracles, and they said whenever we criticize or find ourselves judging others, it's simply we're criticizing our own mind. We're attacking our own mind. And this card too is right in alignment to her message. Whenever we're attacking someone else, whether we think it's attack or we label it with, oh, we just want to help you, but do we just really want to help you, or are we really criticizing them? So it just goes totally in alignment with that message, and it goes in alignment to the paragraph, because we will never connect and marry to the love of who we are to ourself unless we get rid of the self-criticism, get rid of the judgment, stop running ourselves over. And it even can start with drinking tons of water. You know how he said the water is representative of emotions, feelings, and love. And if this little heart feels that and lets it go, it'll plump up. Well, if you drink a lot of water too, this could just be a call to drinking water, which I believe it's both. It's always this and that. So drink lots of water, be kind and gentle. Look for something you really love about yourself and focus on that. Say you love the way you paint, or you love the way you do something, or you can see that you're a good mom, or that you pay attention to detail. Focus on that and send that love, and that will help to heal all other aspects of you and to multiply that love. Because the light, you're like a sun. I like to use my little tattoo for an example. You're like the sun, and when you focus on one avenue, the sun doesn't just shine on that little ray. It goes through all areas and all paths of your life. And just keep focusing on the love, your love, self-love, what you love about yourself. And I know that makes sometimes people cringe, not probably so much you guys, because people that are watching this are more probably aware of self, their spiritual self, their self-love, their heart. But in general, even I can look in the mirror and think, "Urgh." So find something that you love about yourself. All right. I think Melinda said she would like a card. So Melinda, you will go next. May Melinda's higher self, heart energy, bring forth the card that is most relevant for Melinda to hear in order to become one with the frequency of her true self, of her heart, for she may manifest the life of joy, love, happiness. And Bridget, you'll be next. Thank you, Melinda. Melinda, beautiful Melinda. Such a pretty name. I love names that end with ah. Ah. All right, Melinda, you get this little guy. It's a cute little one. It looks like a little furry Chewbacca, you know, on Star Wars. It looks like a little Chewbacca. Someone mentioned that, and it does. And oh my God, I get goosebumps. So I can see, as I'm looking at this, a lot of times faces and images morph before my eyes. Like, I see the images that relate to the message that needs to be spoken. And when I look at this guy really close, I don't know if you can see this in this lighting, Melinda, but see that little eyeball? You can even see the little pupil and a little iris, tiny little nose, another little eye right there, kind of hidden in like the fur. And look at this big mouth. It's like a little lion face almost, or a cat face. Maybe you have Lyran energy in you too. Maybe you're connected to the Lyran race. But look at it. It looks like fur, but it looks happy and spoken. Like I see the little eyes looking, the little tiny nose, even like little, what are those called? Whiskers. And then the little split that the cats will have for like the cheeks and the lips. And you can see like this big wide open mouth and little ears even. Look at, you can see the little ears, two little eyes, a little tiny nose, whiskers, and a big mouth there, just joyous and almost like he's looking down at something. He's immersed in a moment that's making him laugh and be joyful. Oh, Bella and Maya. Or Maya, I love that. Yeah, my daughter is Drisana, which means daughter of the sun. My real name's Marie, but when I was little, my little brother couldn't say Marie, and he used to say Ria, so I adopted Ria because it was a little different than Marie. But yeah, I love sounding names too. And almost like a little beard here, and just really perky and happy and joyful and having fun. This is telling me either you are, and if you're not, to immerse yourself in the joy. And you just said you had two daughters, so maybe you're immersed in their joy and you're watching them. I don't know, can you see the little tiny eyes, the nose, the whiskers, and the big mouth? It's just like this furry little companion. And it just looks like you're having fun, and to have fun and to laugh in those joyous moments. And you can almost see a little heart here too, even off his face. And it's almost like he's looking down at the heart, looking down at those joyous moments. It's the moment by moment by moment, being immersed in every little moment that collectively creates a huge life of beautiful love and light and moments. So don't forget to appreciate, hey Lauren, the little moments of joy and laughter and silliness with your kids. Just enjoying that. That is what makes the world go round, because you truly only have the now. And if you can make the most of the now and laugh like this little furry Chewbacca looking, cute little playful cat-like creature, you create that and you multiply that and you create more of that. Like he's focusing on this one little heart here, which is sideways, a little loving moment, but then you can see like other little areas. And I'll read the message. That was my intuitive interpretation. I love my cat. And it's funny you said that, Melinda, because when I was looking at this, and if you love your cat, you probably, I don't know if you're familiar with the Lyrian, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, energy, which is a cat race. And cats are very, oh my God, I got goosebumps. Oh my God. There's something with you and your cat, okay? You love your cat? Your cat, oh my God. Like the energy is like bubbling all over my body. The cat can, what's it called? Shape shift. It's helping to connect you to your higher realms of higher frequencies and vibrations. What's your cat's name? Just curious, Melinda. Yeah, there's something there with your cat. I heard of them. I didn't know I was a starseed. My cat loves me. I think you possibly, I mean, I believe we're all starseeds. We're not all originally from Earth, but we have maybe stronger connections to certain starseeds, maybe because we've lived out more lives there, that we've experienced that dimension more. Because obviously I think if we're God, we're everywhere, omnipresent, just like God. We're experiencing everything and many different things all at once. We're multidimensional, but we might have had a greater focus or intentions on certain experiences and realities, which I think makes you have a stronger connection to that specific starseed. He always is around me. I meditate Merlin. Yeah, my cat, it's funny. Oh my God. So there's this huge connection with you and your cat, okay? And he's joyous. He's very joyous in your relationship. It looks like he's looking at you too. When I go to bed, and I have found, and when I meditate, I find my cat Cleo, which I never thought I was close to cats, but I took this cat in, which my daughter, we have two homes. We have one in Florida and one in Maine, and we had two cats in Maine, and this cat started having seizures. So I took him in because I was, I just didn't want any more on Chantal. She's on the autistic spectrum and Asperger's, and little things are really hard for her. So I took him in, and her epilepsy went away, but she stares at me intently all the time. And Bob, my husband, will say, that cat stares and is with you all the time. And she does. She stares, and I look, and she's got these big, beautiful green eyes. And I know that there is a connection. She's like almost bridging a gap between me and my spiritual. She's aiding in that. So I believe, Melinda, that your cat is also aiding you. And not only when I said cats shapeshift, this cat Cleo literally, oh my God, shifts dimensions, okay? There's no reasonable explanation for this. We have a cat door in a garage in our other home. So the cat door was shut, all doors were shut. We had someone coming to look at our house because I was trying to sell it. I put the cats in the garage, which is connected to the house, shut the cat door. No one else was in the house. I look, and there's Cleo in the living room. There's no reasonable explanation how she got there. So I dismissed it once, say, okay, well, maybe someone came in the house, opened the door, let her up. I took her, put her again in the garage, made sure that the cat door was locked tight 2 times in a row in the same day. No one else was in the house. Everybody else was in the vehicle waiting. No one came in. I double checked. She literally shifted time, whatever you want to call it, into another reality. Cats are so fascinating, magical, spiritual. And she did that. And I have no doubt in my mind, in that day too, when I was running, I saw a woodpecker the same day. Huge woodpecker. Woodpeckers are known for shape-shifting, going through the different rhythms of life. There was all this magic happening that day. And Cleo, it was like affirmation that, yeah, Cleo really did literally teleport, however you want to say it, into the house, because she did not want to be in the garage. She wanted to be present in the house. I don't know if she wanted to be near me or what, but that was just unbelievable. I had a full moon fire, hugged a tree. The cat kept pawing my leg. I felt he could see some portal of energy. Absolutely. Absolutely, Melinda. I feel this card. I still haven't read the message on the back, but you have a strong, strong communication with your cat. And you know how you love your cat. Well, we have love for a higher reason. Like sometimes we might dismiss it and say, oh, I really love that. I really love it. But we don't know the deeper meaning because it goes really, really deep in the energies and the frequencies and the vibrations and all the interwovenness of the electromagnetic fields. It's all like connecting. It's connecting. And I definitely believe your cat is bridging portals for you, Melinda. Absolutely. All right. So the message, Melinda, for you was you did it for a good reason. And it says, let it work for you, not against you. When you beat yourself up for past experiences that you feel were mistakes, you deny yourself the opportunity of coming into a greater awareness of you. You invalidate yourself. For all experiences all experiences for your relationship in connection to you. All experiences are for your relationship, for your connection to you. So I don't know if there is anything that maybe you've been mulling over, or think you maybe took a wrong route, or thought, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's just telling you no, 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 and no. Everything happens for a good reason, and it's all to assist you and keep you on your journey. So if there was anything that you were contemplating in your mind and thinking you should have done something differently, it's absolutely telling you no. You're exactly where you should be, Melinda. You're on your path. Your little kitty is continuing and helping to continue and connect you to higher portals, higher frequencies and energies of you, where you're drawing on higher aspects of your spiritual selves, because we're not just here. There's many selves experiencing many dimensions simultaneously. And when you connect to your heart, which is your portal to all yous, your God self, you can draw upon energies from yous, other yous that you are experiencing but aren't focused on. Like say you want to be a writer. I'm just using this for an example. There's another you and another alternate dimension reality that is already a writer, and you're able to draw on their energies per se. Or say you're not into sports at all, but you have an athlete self in another reality experiencing athleticism. You can draw on that energy without actually having to focus all your attention to it. So that's all I'm saying. So yeah, your cat is key, Melinda. Have no regrets, because there's no such thing. Things are as they should be. And yeah, your cat is really, really, really special. I don't know if you've lost another animal in the past or he's taken on your cat's energy. I got a lot of spiritual energy right now. So it's almost like I believe that maybe as a child or something, you might have been close to an animal and it's kind of reincarnated, as you would say, in this cat. And this cat is a guide. It is a protector for you. And it is definitely a portal. So I'm just letting you know that. All right. I think Bridget was next, right? Pretty sure Bridget wanted a card if you're still on, Bridget. This is fun, man. I was definitely meant to pull some cards today. Lauren, if you're still there, I'm doing cards if you would like one. Okay, Bridget is next. May Bridget's higher self come forth and present the card that Bridget needs to hear. Wow, yeah, your cat really, really, really loves you. I just really, really feel it. It's almost like its energy has popped over to me and it's like, shh. It's amazing. All right, this came out immediately for you, Bridget. And I like this one too. It's very, very beautiful. I like little abstract hearts. All right, so this is a heart. It's a single seaweed on the beach. To me, it looks like what stands out is obviously the little break in the heart. And this can mean a couple different things. It can mean a literal heartbreak where you might have felt broken, like not necessarily like relationship-wise, but in a way that you feel like there was a disconnect of your heart. Yeah, okay, I'm feeling it now. So you're on this path and you think you're following your heart, doing what your heart is calling you for, and then like there's a little disconnect. It's almost like that single stream of love, that single stream of focus has been broken for some reason. Like it might have taken you zoop down here to a different path, or say you were here and here, and you expected to close in the gap here and continue on what you felt was and it is a heart calling path. But then, oops, over here we took a little U-turn, took a little detour. To me, this is, I'm getting the impression or feeling, Bridget, that, and it might be even a subconscious thing or something you're not really aware of or you're pushing back in your mind, that you feel maybe you've been misled in some way, shape, or form, or let down from the calling of the heart, which is never, ever, ever, ever the case. Whenever you feel misled or feel gypped, I don't want to say gypped, but misled, disconnected from the heart, there's no such thing, because everything is always working out for your greatest good and your greatest purpose. It's the mind. The human mind's expectations get in the way. It gets in a certain groove. The mind bases its expectations on the past and how things should happen or past experiences. But what this card is saying is what is before you cannot be followed linearly, I don't know if that's a word, linearly by the brain. There's this disconnect in order to allow a greater love to come into your awareness, into your field, into your expression, into your world, to be manifest. Because sometimes we think, I'm going to continue down this path, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to put this out, and this is how kind of, and we can still remain flexible, but this is sort of how I want it to end out. And then sometimes it takes us on a completely different path. And I don't feel it's going down here. I actually feel like it's here, but then loop, a little loop, and took you out there, which is good. It took you out. See the loop and how it's whoop, right off the card? This is where it started. Okay, you felt grounded in your energy. You felt strong in yourself. You're following the energy of the heart, and then zoop, it took you right off the card. So what this is telling me is you're entering, or it might have taken you into unknown territory, your path, in ways that the human mind can't comprehend, because it's literally off the card. It's off the charts. You have coming to you and receiving things that the human mind can't comprehend. New territory, new ideas, new life, new manifestations in ways that the human mind can't understand. I'm sorry, Bridget. I feel exactly like that. Just lost now. Exactly. You will feel lost when there is a what's the word? Continuity, when something is broken in a way, because oh my God, I have felt like this many times. Thought I was on my path, thought I knew for sure how things were supposed to be, and I was all love, based in love, and it has to be this way. And then it caused years of suffering because it didn't turn out the way I thought, but it didn't turn out the way I thought because I was only allowing it with the human mind. And then, yeah, when you place your identity on a certain outcome or a certain path, then you do feel lost but that is a beautiful, beautiful spot to be, Bridget. When you are lost, that is beautiful. It's almost like a surrendering. What happens when you're surrendering? You feel lost. You don't know what to do. The mind can't figure things out. Then you know what? Then you can be found. Then you can be connected to the highest you. It's coming around. It's coming around, because that's exactly. Here's the heart. And then look there you are, off the card, out of the heart. You feel lost. Where the hell am I? I can see it and I can feel it. Stay with that, surrender, and I know, blah, blah, blah. That's easier said than done. But knowing everything, and this is also a time for you to build a trust and faith in your inner power, what you consider your higher source energy, whether it be God, higher self, spirit, that omnipresent, all-inclusive energy of eternity. You're connected to that. And you're going to go to a place. It's almost like you're going to go figure, like you're gaining something, and then you're going to be found. Then you're going to come forth with some newer insight, more expanded consciousness, greater awareness of your path, who you really are, what's within your heart. And then it's almost like it's going to loop around, and eventually it's going to zoop, come right back here, and you'll be connected. And I can't help the tire treads too. Sometimes it feels like maybe sometimes you might have felt run over, or you felt misled, because look at, you were on this path and zoop, it took you out over here. So a lost is a good place to be. Just settle in your lostness, because in your lostness you will be found. You create space. Again, look at, when you get lost, you create space in here, in your heart energy, to be filled, to be found, to be expanded. Just relax, trust, and let the mind focus things go. Yeah, and I know that's hard sometimes to do. Oh, okay. And the message for you, Bridget, is called Heart Truth. If it's in your heart, then it is in your power, for all power comes from the heart. So if you feel lost too, and if there was something you were wanting, it's telling you, if it's still in your heart, it is in your power. And if there's something within your heart and you might feel at a loss of how to attain it, how to manifest it, how to make it be, then it is still in your power. Things are just happening behind the scenes. They're happening behind the scenes to bring forth that manifestation, that great desire that is in your heart. So never ever give up. Hope, never give up. Just know it's coming, but it might be in a different way or form than what the human mind can understand, which I know you already know this. So it's just kind of probably affirming everything that you already know. And in that affirmation, it's also letting you know that spirit, your guides, your angels, your higher self, they recognize where you are right now, but know that it's exactly where you're supposed to be. Just surrender to it. Sink into that feeling, because it's letting you know, yeah, we know, we see you, Bridget. We're with you. Don't worry. Things are culminating behind the scenes. They're coming forth. So my pleasure. That was fun. I felt a lot of energy and spirit behind me today, so that was great. Thank you for joining. I don't think anybody else. I don't think Lauren is on. I don't think she wanted a card. Let me just double check. Yeah, your kitty's something else, Melinda. All right, girls. Thank you so much for letting me share and connect to spirit through your spirit. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. And as I share the light, it helps to enhance my own light. And as I was doing this card reading, just for you guys listening, expect magic. You know when there's this bright red bird, whether it be a red cardinal or a bright red red color, it represents magic or something entering your life that wasn't expected. And as I was doing the readings today, this card went zoop right down, bird went right down to the ground, and it was all I saw was this flash of bright red, deep winged bird, and it was going down. So it means that there's some magic, some unexpected goodness coming into the life, and it's being grounded. It's being manifested, and it's coming forth in your life, because it's kind of weird that it was going down and it wasn't just flying across. So it's as if it is landing and coming forth. Oh, Lauren, did you want a card? Oh, sorry, Lauren. Not one of my strong points, is it? Lauren, my pleasure, my honor. Sorry I haven't been able to always catch your lives right when you do it, but I do go back and watch the replays. I enjoy them. I appreciate you. I just think what you're doing is just has internal implications that you're not even probably fully aware of. All right, Lauren's higher self. Come forth. What does she need to hear for today? Special message for Lauren. A couple came out, so you know what? I'll put them back in. A couple fell out. Sometimes little clumps fall out, I think, too, just to kind of reorganize the energy and put the energy of the deck back together in a different way. Hey, Lori. Sure. I'll do you right after Lauren. I'm on a roll. Might as well keep flowing with the energy. All right, something's telling me to pick this one, so it was kind of in front. I'm just going to go with it. Two popped out of my hand, but this one was facing me. So this Lauren is obviously a heart. They're all hearts. It's in a heart-shaped sand. Bloop, on my beach blanket, Old Orchard Beach, Maine, on the ocean, which I know you're sort of heading towards. I know your ideal location is about an hour in that sweet spot to the coast of middle California. I've been watching your videos, like I said. And it's kind of broken up here. Oh, of course, there's always going to be faces that pop out for me. Faces pop out in everything. My salad, when I have a salad, you can just imagine the faces that pop out with all the different vegetables and pieces in there. Okay, so what I see here, I do see a little face, two big eyes, a little mouth, a nose, a little bit of hair. But what I notice in this heart is it's pretty flat and solid here, but then we got a little ruffling here. Almost like, you know, when you cultivate the dirt in a garden and you kind of loosen up the dirt to plant new stuff, which makes sense. Now I'm getting all the energy. How you're cultivating, Lauren, you're looking for a new place to plant your seed, a new experience to go forth with. This is kind of what it's telling me is there you are, you're looking, you're investigating different options, you're feeling out the territory, you're doing your due diligence in bringing forth the new path. You're not like, I know you're not like forcing it too strongly, so that's good. By the loose dirt, you're not forcing it, you're just keeping it light, but you're maintaining your intent, you're maintaining your focus. By the big eyes just staring, and the nose there, it's almost like you knows what to do, you knows where you're going, you know. And then the little mouth in this is all like loosened up, so it's fertile. To me, it represents a fertile area to plant new spots. I have been connecting with the energy of zero, potentiality. Wow, good. Just looking here because the eyes look like, I'm wondering why they're so big and googly, but maybe those are representative of the zero's potential, the potential to be seen. Your eyes are really big in this picture, so that shows that you're wide open. You're wide open to seeing the potentials coming forth. Yeah, I get the energy. And you're saying the zero, the potentiality, you are allowing so much potential by keeping your vision really big, really open. You're not like all slanty-eyed. Because, yeah, I was trying to figure out, why are those eyes so big, and like wide open? So you're wide open. You're open to receiving, and you're open to flexibility in your path if you need it also. So that is a beautiful place for you to be. It's against the black beach blanket, and it's got a bunch of little sand on it, but it's just funny how it all imprinted in that. Yeah, and then with the loose dirt and all that I know it's not black soil, but it just represents you're very open. It's loose. You're not all tight. Your energy isn't tight, Lauren. It's open to receiving. Your eyes are wide open. So let me just see what the message is to see if there's something more that I didn't hit upon. And it's called, what? Oh, re-examine and release. Hence the eyes. They really look like, ah. It says, negative experiences are an opportunity to re-examine old patterns and beliefs that create blockages, preventing the expansion of love. As you let go of outdated thoughts, you create space for higher frequency energy to permeate your being. The new energy will translate into your physical reality. So yeah, and I know that you've been talking about releasing stuff still, and you know, your solar plexus and things that you've been going through, healings, releasing. You thought maybe you had a little old negative thoughts about your dad. From an understanding point of view, but understanding that maybe, hey, maybe I still have a little bit of stuff there to release. That's a very beautiful place to be, because you're not saying, oh, I know it all. I have no work to do. I have no releasing to do. You're open. You're very open. You're very fertile to releasing the old beliefs, the old patterns. You're examining them, re-examining, and say, okay, hey, what do I need to let go of now to create space in my life? Whether it be past relationships, because everything is always interconnected, or whether it be the living style you're living now and thinking, hey, I want to move this energy. I've lived out this energy here in Maryland, Baltimore. I'm ready to move forth. I'm ready. And you moving forth is also a releasing of old energies and letting go, because when you literally move to a new area, it's as if the energy is fresh. It's new. It's reflective of the new energy within your physical being. You move when you are, it all starts in here, and the move is just reflective of what you have gone through. You're releasing, you're creating space, you're taking on all these new opportunities, being wide open to what is being offered to you. But still, it comes down to you as the creator. You're still the creator point. You're in the creator's seat. It's not just happening to you because of your work, but you are making it happen because of you, because of your being, because of you re-examining, because of your openness, because of your zero pure potentiality. So it's all you, Lauren, and God, you're doing an awesome job. And almost like this little face here, I just picked up on this. This is almost like the little face, and look, this is huge ears, almost like a chihuahua. Like you're open to hearing, which we know because of your awesome channeling capabilities and your hearing. And hearing isn't just hearing with the physical ears, it's hearing in here, your heart. Hence, this is a picture of a heart. You are hearing with the focus within you, Lauren. And that is the most powerful place to create. Hearing the call of your heart, these big ears, almost like what is it? Gremlins have big ears too? Gremlins, Furbies. My little guy, he's into Gremlins, Furbies. But to me, it's like Chihuahua. And the bigger the ears and the more open they are, like Mythos is into books, and I learned this in his dog books, that when their ears are open and they are perkier, they do, and almost like a dingo, like they're open, their hearing is more keen than a floppy-eared dog. So these ears are open. So you're hearing, not just the outside, but you're hearing in here. So awesome card. Great. Jeez, you're just like wide open. You're the creator. You're the creator. And you said you're focusing on the zero energy, but all that zero energy, guess where it all still comes from? It still comes from you. You're being it. Great card. All right. Lori, I believe, was next. Thank you for allowing me to pull a card for you. I love it. It's been a while since I did some cards. Oop, this one popped right out for Lori. The song Red Rubber Ball by Crickle says it all. I have to look that one up. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah, Lauren, you said that you've been trying to connect with alien races. Well, you're hearing, it's out here and it's in here. So I have no doubt And they're already connecting with you, but sometimes to our expectations, we want to be able to hear, or we would like a more concrete evidence of that communication, because I know they come to me all the time, even though I haven't necessarily, well, I have seen one between me and Mythos one time, but yeah, you're perfect. You're right, exactly right where you need to be. And they are communicating with you, no doubt about it. All right, let me just shut this off, make sure I don't get any calls, because I usually do. All right, so this is for Lori. I believe you are next. Somewhere up there. Well, I remember seeing the name, but I can't see it now. So this is when I was on the sidewalk. This is also in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. And I just thought it was really cool. It's like a tar. Like, you know when they kind of splatter tar on the sidewalk and it's in perfect shape of the heart. But what really stands out is this blue over it. This bright, crystal clear indigo blue. Clarity, clear seeing, clear cognizance, knowing. That really stands out. And oh yeah. This one has a little animal figure in it, and I know I've seen this before, and it's almost like the demons leaving your heart, Lori. So I know I did this once for Jolene, and what we referred it to, it was what the hell was it? A Tasmanian devil. This looks like a little Tasmanian devil, like the Australian creature. You can see the dark eye, the little ears, the little nose. See it? The little front legs coming out. This is the body. So this is half the body of this little Tasmanian devil. You can even see this foot here, this leg. It's almost like it's stepping forward and stepping out. And here, and then there's the little head. There, you got one black little ear, you got a little white ear, you get the little black patch, you got the cute little nose. It's the profile. There's a neck, almost as if it had a collar, but it's just the fur coloring. And it's stepping out. It's stepping out of your heart. So whatever doubts, inner demons, they're leaving you. They're stepping out of you. And how are they stepping out of you? The stronger that you get with your own connection, hence the blue heart, the blue, your inner knowing. Your inner knowing is direct communication with the heart. The heart relates to the inner knowing and helps you to see more clearly, helps your intuitive skills. So this is telling me, Lori, that this little Tasmanian devil, just, it's cute and furry. And I love the way that it's this cute little furry animal creature, because the devil can appear to be this evil thing. But when it comes right down to it, the devil is just representative of fears and doubts within ourselves. Again, false evidence appearing real. It's not even real. So it might as well be this cute little cuddly creature that just looks kind of playful. And that's, I think, why it's like the image appears as a Tasmanian devil, because it just looks like this cuddly little animal. Not a devil with horns that's evil and, all scary looking. Because that's how the devil is. And when we can approach it actually as a gift that helps us to realize what we are not, our false evidences appearing real, our self-doubts, our fears, they help us to initially get scared and, look within and find the reasons, find the answers. And once they serve the purpose of bringing us to our true self and our true heart connection, and getting us into alignment to who we really are, then guess what? They can leave. We no longer need them. Say bye-bye, hasta la vista. Thank you for serving me. Thank you for helping me. And it's leaving you. It's leaving your heart, because you are in a clearer connection of you and more intuitive too. I don't know if you're experiencing any headaches or any pressures in here, even in your sinuses in here. I feel a little bit in through here. It's all opening. Your connection to self is opening. And you're stronger in it. Oh, yes. Now the comments are coming. I'll try to tune in at 2 for you, Lauren. So maybe you'll see this later if you're not still on, Lori. But so yeah, it's coming out, and you're coming in as you come into yourself. All the doubts, all the fears release. And the greatest fears, even for me, just a personal example of going live, that was really scary. Like for all those who go live for the first time, you get really scared. And as you step beyond that fear, you become stronger and stronger and stronger in it and who you are. And you realize, what the heck was I fearing anyways? And then they just leave. But that helped to get you to move to another level of courage and stepping into who you are. And when you take action, you're telling the universe, yeah, I am worth it. I am worth taking I'm worth taking the steps forward, regardless of any fear, regardless of any doubt. Your action, you know how they say action speaks greater than words? Well, sometimes it does. You take action, you're proving to the universe, and in that action, you're emitting so much powerful energy to be reflected back into your life. Belief in yourself, confidence, self-esteem, worthiness, all of that. When you take action, according to the heart, inspired action you feel called for, in spite of fear, you release so much power. It's freeing. And the more you do it, then you can release it and say, what the heck? That was just a furry little cuddly creature after all. All right, so I'll read the back of the card too, just to see if there's anything extra. And what it says is cast no stones. And it says judgment from others can be a blessing in that it exposes doubt within yourself. This allows you to confront and clear blockages in order to let the light that you are shine more bright. There is nothing to judge. There is only balancing and integrating the opposing energies. So when I said earlier that maybe you were experiencing doubt and fear and leaving you, a lot of times that doubt and fear come from other people's criticisms, other people pointing their finger at us, other people telling you can't do it, shouldn't do it, you can't do it. But what this card is saying is even those energies are still coming from our own lack, our place of lack and self-doubt. Like if you feel bad about yourself, whatever that thing is you feel bad, you'll keep seeing that in your outside world. You'll keep seeing it reflected back. Whatever it is, health or the way you are or something physically that you doubt about yourself, it'll keep being reflected back by others. And it's just a gift to say, hey, this is just a blockage that is blocking the flow of your true light and love. And when you see it from the outside, then you can recognize it, because you can feel self-doubt and you can kind of hide it and tuck it away. But until someone on the outside confronts you with it and says, hey, you really should be doing this instead of that, then you can get a little angry and get a little riled up, and it can cause you to look within and also to build your inner strength and who you are. And then eventually this little guy can release. The doubt and the fear can release. So even stuff from the outside is still a reflection of ourselves that gets our attention. It gets our attention, for we can confront and face those little demons within ourselves and release it. And then there's the balancing. The balancing is, okay, I see in you what I'm really doing to myself. And then as you integrate it, accept it, and say, hey, this really does not serve me, you can release it, and then the light of who you are can shine more fully. And this is telling me you are directly on your path. You're doing an awesome job, Lori. It's really unbelievable how these little hearts and these little images can say so much. Because originally I was like, when I got that little voice in and I said, match your messages, because when I go running, I always get these messages, and they're usually my own searchings, and I'll receive higher inspired messages. I said, match your messages with the hearts you see. And I'm like, in my mind, I was like, how boring. That's kind of boring, because I used to take my messages and match them with images that I would find on Google. But really, God, who would have guessed that, this is a perfect blue over a tar. How in the hell that happened? You get this little creature coming out of the heart, and it says so much. So I'm so glad that I stepped forth and just tried it, and what the heck. All right, Lori, so hopefully this helped you in some way, shape, or form. I don't think there's anybody else on. See you, Lauren. Have to get my energy moving. Thank you everybody for joining. And know that any devils, any demons, any fears, and little doubts, they're just furry little creatures that want to be cuddled. There's nothing to fear. Thank you. May you shine with the light of all that you are.